Hey, what's up, world? Psych Life here, as you can see again. And today is a special day because I wanted to do a video on lifestyle and what that word means, why it's important, and how to go about living a healthy lifestyle. Well, for one, let's start off with when you go to see a doctor here in America. Oftentimes you go in to see the doctor, you wait in the lobby, they call you in, then you wait in a room for a checkup. They run a few tests, they check your body weight, they'll make sure the BMI is okay, etc., etc. And then what happens? Either they prescribe medication or they tell you an adjustment that you have to make in your lifestyle, whether it's to stop smoking or whether it's you have to lose weight, whatever the case is. So lifestyle is very important, and the lifestyle we live affects not only our physical health as well as our mental health. And that's why I wanted to touch on this subject today. But before I do, if you can, put a like on this video. I never asked for that, but I'm gonna start trying to ask. If you guys are watching this video, put a like, or if not, don't be scared to click the subscribe button, okay? So let's start off with, what is lifestyle? Well, lifestyle is a word used by individuals, groups, or nations to describe a specific behavioral pattern that is distinguishable and observable. So in other words, lifestyle is a certain set of behaviors and way of living or way of being in proportion to the individual, the group, or the nation at large. So the lifestyle that we live is, yes, it's chosen by us, but also we all know that sometimes our motives cloak themselves from us. What does that mean? That what we may seem as unique, oh, this is the lifestyle I live because I chose, is true, but it's also not true. Why is that? Because unconsciously, we are influenced, I think is the proper word, by cultures, ethnicity, race, regions of the world, what we watch and consume. Not only, I'm not talking about food, I'm talking about consume up here, what we watch, what we read, what we consume. That tends to affect the lifestyle we choose. If our parents were smokers, we have a higher chance to become smokers. If our parents never took care of their health, or they never ate properly, they only sat around and watched TV, we have a higher chance, or that individual has a higher chance of following that specific type of lifestyle. And that is important to note. But once we make that come into our awareness, it completely changes our game. So now that we know what a lifestyle is, which is a set or behavioral pattern used to describe a person's way of being, then we can go on to why it's important. And I'm going to throw some facts out at you guys because, I'm not just talking to talk. I'm actually talking to try and make a difference, and I'm trying to make it conscious the importance of living a healthy lifestyle. So for one, according to the World Health Organization, and remember guys, the World Health Organization is the leading organization, and it's a credible source. To me, it's probably the most credible source worldwide because they grab bits and pieces and they put it together. Anyways, 60% of related factors to individual health of quality of life are correlated to lifestyle. Let that sink in for a second. 60% of related factors to individual health and quality of life are correlated to lifestyle. What does that mean? What does that mean? That oftentimes the diseases, the illnesses, or the mental health issues a person has is in accordance due to their lifestyle. Yes, trauma. Last video we talked about how important trauma is, but lifestyle. So let's put that into perspective. I'm from Miami. Marijuana is a big thing around here. And why do I mention marijuana? I'm not saying I'm for or against it. I'm just telling you that if you're smoking marijuana in the morning, in the afternoon, and later on in the evening, and you consider it to be cool to smoke, that's fine. But you have to accept that behavioral pattern that you're developing or that you're currently engaging in is going to affect your mental health as well as your physical health. Let's talk about the physical health component for a second. I know I'm a mental health professional, but the physical health component, your lungs are going to always be full of smoke because you always have to inhale the marijuana. Your throat is constantly going to be full of smoke. And all of a sudden you could bring in bacteria, and you can really, the lungs are like a sponge. And so if you keep feeding it smoke, you're feeding it tar, you're feeding it all these things, and what happens is that your physical health gets affected over time. It may not affect you at that specific moment, but over time it'll get used up, and all of a sudden you may be diagnosed with cancer, or one lung's not operating properly. Those physical symptoms or that illness that arises is due to your lifestyle. And this is important. This is what I want to get you guys to understand. I'll throw out another example. If I'm not taking care of my body and I'm eating 4 or 5 times a day and I'm not working out, I don't care what I eat, I don't watch what I eat, I'm just eating cheeseburgers and French fries all day and rice and beans all day, whatever, wherever you're from, that's going to affect my health. That means I'm going to gain weight. And what happens when I gain weight? All of a sudden, all the systems in the body have to function harder. Your cardiovascular system, your respiratory system, your digestive system, the endocrine system. And all these things have to function harder, not to mention your bones and your joints have to carry a lot more weight. What's going to happen? I'm going to have health issues later on. And notice how I'm just talking about physical health issues. If we want to talk about mental health issues, there's research that shows that those that take care of their body and are physically fit have a sharper mind. They can memorize more and they can comprehend things at a quicker pace. That's not pseudoscience, guys. So in other words, and sorry, I look at my notes a little bit, but in other words, when individuals live an unhealthy lifestyle, they can encounter illnesses, disabilities, and even death. Not causational, but correlational. Every video I say the same thing. I've seen smokers smoke for 40 years and they're as healthy as an ox. But with that being said, guys, most often than not, that's not the case. If someone's constantly smoking, let's say in this case, we'll switch it up and we'll say cigarettes, they're smoking a pack a day, eventually that's going to catch up to you. And that was due to lifestyle. And I'll say it again, the lifestyle you live is going to directly affect your physical health and mental health, not only acutely, but long-term chronically, okay? I'm going to throw out a couple more notes that I gave because I find them to be quite important. Problems like metabolic diseases, skeletal and joint pain, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, overweight, violence, and so on can be caused by unhealthy lifestyle. So the lifestyle we live, the behaviors we engage in on a daily basis that form a pattern and they form our way of being can have a direct effect on our health, not only in the short term, but in the long term. If I'm smoking a pack of cigarettes every day, that may not affect me this week or next week in a way that I can observe it, but it can affect me long term in an observable fashion. Just because we can't see the wind, that doesn't mean it's not real, right? So smoking a pack of cigarettes will affect me the next day. I may not be aware of it, but I may be a little bit slower in my physical responses. I may be a little downer because of my serotonin levels, and just my mind may not be operating at its highest point because I'll probably be dehydrated from all the cigarettes I'm smoking. So I will say a couple things too. Today, wide changes have occurred in life of all people. Malnutrition, unhealthy diet, smoking, alcohol use, drugs, stress, and so on are presentations of an unhealthy lifestyle, not to mention the rise of the virtual world. Therefore, according to existing studies, it can be said that lifestyle has a significant influence on physical as well as mental health. So guys, once again, these are my notes. I just wanted to run through them with you guys. But it talked about here in my notes, and I can't believe I haven't touched on it, about the virtual world. And what do I mean by the virtual world? I'm talking about internet, emails, social media, access to information on any platform, whether it be websites or blogs. This has a direct effect on our lifestyle as well in ways that we cannot see. And so far, society has not been able to really adjust properly to the virtual world. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'll put it out there right now. If I'm living a lifestyle where I'm working and I'm going to school or whatever your lifestyle is at that moment, but all of a sudden you're occupying your time in the virtual world, meaning through social media, Instagram, Facebook, or maybe you're playing a video game like World of Warcraft. And if that's the case, then you're in the virtual world sometimes. And what effects can being in the virtual world have on us that can have an ill effect? Well, for one, it can occupy our time and it could take us away from the present moment. And if we develop patterns that take us away from living right here, right now with the people around us, and we're thinking about people that are miles and miles away, but those are the people we're engaging with at that moment, then we've really lost our sense of touch with the world and the universe at large. And now I'm going away a little bit from psychology perspective, but living in the here and now, it's so important. And when we don't live in the here and now and we occupy so much of our time in the virtual world, then we're really doing ourselves a disservice, and we're doing this a disservice, because this needs focus. And the more time we escape and focus on things that are not in front of us, then our attention span goes down. And that's what's going on in the world today. Research has shown now, and it keeps getting lower and lower, and it's a product of the virtual world, on how about, I think our attention span right now is top 16 seconds. I think it's lowered all the way to 8. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for that one. Anyways, so the part you guys been waiting for, how to live a healthy lifestyle. So I kept doing research on how to live a healthy lifestyle. And then I thought, hey, what am I doing all this research for? So here goes. For one, not doing drugs. Why? Because drugs affect not only our physiology, but our neurological activity up here, our neurological wiring, our chemical imbalances. That is why not doing drugs. And when I say drugs, I also including alcohol. Remember, lifestyle means a behavioral pattern developed over time, whether it be from an individual or a group dynamic. And so if someone's constantly using drugs, and they develop that behavioral pattern, then not only are their systems and their body not going to react well, but their neurological wiring is going to be wired in a way that is not typical. And so no drugs, living an active physical life, one where your body is being able to be constantly on the move. Because remember, guys, we are animals. Okay, I don't care what you may have read, but we are part of the animal kingdom. So staying physically active, eating healthy is also very important. I would also add self-care, taking care of yourself. I would also add engaging in healthy sexual behaviors. It's normal. I'm not throwing it out there. I'm not trying to challenge your religious beliefs. I'm just saying that if you do engage in healthy sexual behaviors, then this will be conducive for you living a happier life. I would also add here to have recreation time for yourself and to engage in healthy sleep patterns. And if you've seen my videos in the past and the podcast with Dr. William Bridge, you would understand how important sleep is. And not only sleep, I've been hearing this thing about short-term sleep, or for example, Thomas Edison used to take cat naps. No, I would recommend a full 8-hour sleep cycle. That way you could go through the full REM cycles of sleep, and it will be very beneficial for you to engage in the REM sleep cycle, because studies have shown when individuals do get the proper sleep and engage in the proper full REM sleep cycle, their memory improves, their mood improves, and not to mention, their physical capabilities improve, their memory improves. So guys, I just wanted to touch the surface on lifestyle and the importance, but if there's anything I want you to get from this video is to please remember that lifestyle has a correlational effect to illnesses and diseases. The lifestyle you live today affects your physical and mental health in ways that is unrecognizable, because you have to be aware of it. And sometimes it's tough for us to challenge ourselves for change. So with that being said, guys, I gave you my best again on the importance of lifestyle. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the like button. If you enjoyed the channel, don't forget to press the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys, okay? Psych Life here.